In this video, I'm gonna do something I promised in my last video, aka clipping little children and playing crazy. Wasn't so much of that video, but in the video, I got destroyed by a dude using a snake. So in this video, as I promised last video, will be a full-on guide on how to make a snake. Now, snakes in playing crazy, you can make a few ways. I use ball joints for mine. Now, this, in my opinion, this isn't the best way you can make it, but this was the easiest way for me. There are definitely better ways, but again, this is the easiest way for me, and it's probably going to be the easiest to control on all devices. Console, I'm sorry, but I'm not so sure about. Mobile, this is mobile, yeah, and PC, yeah. But yeah, that's basically it. So let's get right into the guide. So there's about like 3 main aspects to the snake. There's the head or nose, the body, and then the tail, which I don't have one on my snake. I should probably add one, but I'm too lazy to do so. So yeah, those are basically the 3 main parts. The part that you should focus the most on is the body and making it actually move like a snake. The head is probably the second most important part, and the tail is just for decoration, unless you're making like a whip snake, which you might want to add some cutters on to actually do some damage. And I also me personally, the best way that I control my snakes is by using the cameras. Like the cameras, they help me control my snake the best, because instead of just having the pilot seat and like controlling all this, the camera only controls the head. So let's get in the guide. Now, it's not a tutorial, So if you were looking for a tutorial, then goodbye, because I'm not making a tutorial. But it's just going to be a guide on how to make one. I'm separating this guide into 3 different parts. Like one for the head, one for the body, one for the tail. The body will probably be the biggest video in this guide. But let's get started on the head. There are a few main parts that I would use to create the head. One would be these 2 pieces. These 2 pieces. Maybe some regular wedges, if I'm being honest. I use normal blocks and helium blocks. And these are mainly the parts that you would use to, design and build a snake. Because, and this is only for the head, of course. So you can make it however you want. My old snake had an actual design like this. Let's load this. It had a design like this for the nose, and this did make it work, but when I was extending it, it broke and it wasn't too good of a snake. If it would start, then I would be able to show you guys. Okay, but sadly it's not starting. I just wish it would. I would like to show you guys this. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so my design of snake, it does a backflip at the beginning for some reason. Like every design that I make. And it also isn't perfect. Nothing in playing crazy is gonna be too perfect to the point where it can't mess up. But also everything is perfect enough to the point where it works. So let's get started on some designs that you could use for the head. You could use a design like this. Let's just build up a little bit here. You could use a design maybe like this, if you want to have a pointed nose to your snake. Or, I mean, this is just for like reference, I guess. I don't know. You could have a pointed design, and what I would do is I would, like, this is me personally, I would just like shove the camera in here and then throw on the Super Rocket Engine. This would work. Or you could make it a flat front, which I did for mine, because I found that that worked the best for me with the amount of like weight that I had. Like this nose design, if you saw, let me save this, that you saw on here, this design worked great, and it like functioned everything, but when I started extending it, it started breaking and not having enough power to just like fly around and like work like a normal snake would. So instead of using a tipped front, I used a flat front, which did definitely work better for me because you were able to fit a lot more fuel in almost a less amount of space, and it works really well. So back to our noses. Now you could build one like that, or like I showed you. We're just gonna be copying off my design. You could go a 3x3 rocket area with half blocks on the side. If you want it to be as long or as heavy or whatever you want as the snake that I had. If my friend would stop calling me, then I would be able to explain this better to you. So you could basically build a nose however you want. You just have to make sure that the nose has enough power and like stability to be able to like function and work your snake. Give me 1 second. Alright, back to the tutorial. So this is somewhat of the design that I used in the past. Oh my god, can you not blow up my phone for 3 seconds? Okay. So we have the pointed nose and the flat nose. These are the two main designs that I would say would be in a snake. But if you watched my last video, you would know that that's not only the designs. This dude made like, I don't want to call him this dude, that's disrespectful. But he made like a thing where there was like 4 different, .99% sure you guys can hear that notification sound effect. 99. Okay. And he had a thing where it like, he had like cutters on it and everything. And it like cut your build in half if it like got a hold of your build. And it was like super cool. And ding, ding, ding. Alright. But these are a few of the designs. Me personally, I wouldn't use this one. Because it's very complex to make something like that. Especially just to have it open and close all the time. So, we have these 2 designs. And I'm obviously going to be using the flat one. Because the flat one is better for longer and heavier snakes. So, basically, What I would do is you grab the super rocket engine and make a 3x3 area, and then surround it in half blocks. You could use whatever block you want for the surrounding, but I found half blocks to work the best with this design. Now that we have it fully surrounded in half blocks, we're gonna take the sides and oh man, I can't remember. I'm super sorry. We go that far out. No, we only go 2 back. Okay. Alright, so okay, you don't need the magnet, guys. Don't listen to me. Okay. So scratch the 3 out, only go 2 out, and then also go out on the bottom. And then grab some normal blocks and go like this, 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 and this. And then right here is where you're gonna put your main pilot seat. So far we have this, and I like to use cameras instead of just the regular, and I also like to have them on third person. You could do whatever you want with the camera. You don't even need a camera, but that's just what I do. And now for the final thing, we're gonna grab a ball joint. Again, you don't have to use a ball joint. This is just the design that worked for me. And just turn it on mouse control. That's it. Nothing else. Also, if you don't have a mouse, there's a few things you could do on mobile if you don't have a mouse. Ignore that. You could use the aim trigger that I think they do have set up, or you might be able to just use the set control pad, but I do not know because I am not a mobile player. I've only played on it a few times. So this is the design that me personally I would use for a for thing. Yeah. Just real quick to make this balanced, I'm gonna grab, and this is just a test. You're not supposed to do this, but this is just what I'm doing. Now we will be doing something like this later on, but not now, because this is only the beginning of the tutorial. And now it should control like that. Yeah. Now you can, it won't turn yet because you're not supposed to have a gyro on it, but that's fine. So this is the beginning of the tutorial. There will be 2 more parts to this, and I will put them all in a playlist in case anyone doesn't want to go searching for them on YouTube. And in case you see this before the other 2 parts are out yet, I promise you the other 2 parts will be coming. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.